So the question has to be, is there in fact a better path to preventing Iran from getting a nuclear weapon than this one? And I've repeatedly asked both Prime Minister Netanyahu and others to present me a reasonable, realistic plan that would achieve exactly what this deal achieves, and I have yet to get a response.
And our White House correspondent Michelle Kosinski is on Martha's Vineyard, where President Obama is vacationing, and she joins us now. Michelle, thanks for being with us. President Obama is on a 2-week holiday there, as we know. Is he getting much time to relax, or do you sense that he's worried that more people within his own party will turn against this deal?
Well, it's a little of both. In fact, before he went on this trip, the White House was expressing over and over again the confidence they have, not necessarily that Congress won't vote to disapprove of the Iran deal, but confidence that the White House at least has the votes to sustain a presidential veto if that happened. So the plan was for the president to come here and really have a vacation, and he's been doing that. We've seen him out golfing, out to dinner with his family. We're not expecting him to make a lot of calls, even though a few might happen, we're told by officials. But what he did do before he left was also a number of interviews with all kinds of media outlets. One of them is about to come out in the next 10 minutes. And in those, he's really stressing what the White House sees as the benefits of this Iran deal. And the White House is pushing that interview today that's about to come out, saying, you know, that's going to state his case again. And one thing that we've seen is the president isn't at all backing away in these interviews from that somewhat controversial speech he gave at a university in Washington, D.C. last week. I mean, some of his criticism of opponents was seen by people in both parties as being a little harsh, but he's now explaining those views. He's reinforcing them, again, not trying to soften them in any way, Linda.
And Michelle, to scuttle the deal, what will opponents have to do?
Okay, well, first they could vote disapproval, which might happen, although there's some confidence that it won't. There are just so many undecided members in both houses of Congress that nobody seems to really have an accurate vote count. And there are many members who aren't saying how they feel right now. Then we see dozens upon dozens of congressmen go to Israel. It's a trip that's paid for by a charitable arm of a group that is staunchly opposed to the deal. They're meeting with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who may be the most vocal person opposed in the world right now. So might that sway some of those members? Sure. Might it not? We're just going to have to wait and see. But to override a presidential veto, Republicans, assuming they will all vote against the deal, they would need 44 Democrats in the House to go along with them, 13 in the Senate, although, you know, that number's changing as more and more members are stating how they're going to vote. But that's still seen as an uphill climb, and unlikely that they would get that number of Democrats to oppose the Iran deal. Linda?
Okay, we'll leave it there for now. Michelle Kosinski at Martha's Vineyard, thanks for joining us.